Alright, finally, the last film I'm reviewing this week is Remember Me, and again, this is one that I had pegged wrong. It stars Twilight star Robert Pattinson, who hasn't done much for me as an actor or anything else, really. He's alongside Emily de Ravin, best known as Claire from the hit TV series Lost. And this is an effective love story, believe it or not, that just had a slight extra something that a film like Dear John was missing. This movie creates likable characters that are easy to root for, and Pattinson is better here than both Twilight films combined, and keep in mind, I like the first one. There may be hope for this idiotic dope yet. Hope for the dope. Anyway, Ravin is good here as well. She's got a beauty next door quality to her, I guess you could say. And now the movie begins as her character, Allie, witnesses her own mother's murder as a young child. And all grown up, her father, played very well by the always reliable Chris Cooper, is very protective, and I guess there's the fact that he's a cop enhances that, so it's realistic. We meet the troubled Tyler, played by Pattinson, who drinks, smokes, and is just generally a surly, miserable person, and who lazes about life pretty much, and he lives with this waste of space of a roommate named Aiden. Tyler gets into an altercation at a nightclub and gets into a shoving match with a cop. Who's the cop? Why, it's Sergeant Craig, of course, Cooper's character. He gets thrown in the slammer for the night, and snarky Aiden gives Tyler an interesting tip that his daughter goes to school with him in college and is in their class. Now, that is, of course, Allie. So, influenced by revenge and sociopathic ways, he decides to go with Aiden's idea of dating her, dumping her, and breaking her heart. But just one problem. I think every one of you know what that's going to be. Now, I also like the fact that these two guys are just generally unlikable jerks, and in a way that reminds me of the, I guess, a dirtbag lifestyle version of the Yuppies. Matt Malloy and Aaron Eckhart played so well in amazing and brilliant 1997 film In the Company of Men. If you can find it, check it out. And it's also about morally reprehensible actions against women motivated by revenge. The courtship between the two is a progression from both characters, and I loved it. It focuses in on the two of them quite as well in terms of how they're growing with one another. Something many films that, in my opinion, of this genre have just been lacking severely over the years. Now, Tyler has a not-so-solid relationship with his parents after a big family tragedy in their family as well. Pierce Brosnan makes his second appearance on this show, and he does a performance here in what I like to call a William Hurt type role, where his limited time is nothing short of awesome and amazing in that order. And he takes a one-dimensional prototype father character we've seen in this type of film a million times and turns it into, I guess you could say, someone who has significant emotion invested in what's going on around him, even though he's trying to mask it behind his wealth. Tyler, however, has a sweet friendship with his young sister, who seems to be the only person he ever really connects with at all before meeting Allie. Now, we get Cooper as the disapproving dad, but he's not just disapproving for the sake of being disapproving. He disapproves because his reasons are quite valid. He's seen this kid at his worst. Now, the characters in this film suck me in somehow, and I never thought I'd say this about any Robert Pattinson film, and I liked it. And believe it or not, I'm actually looking forward to some of his future non-Twilight projects. I'm not saying he's a great actor, I'm not saying he's going to be one, but at least he was tolerable here. And his dirtbag-like charm in this film, I should say, reminds me of the way Edward Burns carried himself in his films in the mid-90s. So much to my surprise, and perhaps yours as well, I liked Remember Me quite a bit, and it gets 3.5 stars out of 5, and that is it for this week's edition of Bill Chasing the Movies. But I will be back next week with 6 new films to review, including The Bounty Hunter starring Jennifer Aniston and Gerard Butler, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Repo Man starring Forest Whitaker and Jude Law, Our Family Wedding starring America Ferrera and Forest Whitaker, The Runaways, actually 2 Kristen Stewart movies next week, yes, another Twilight star. She's in The Runaways, the story of the infamous 1970s punk band led by Joan Jett, and of course she's playing Joan Jett, and Sherry Curry is being played by Dakota Fanning. And also Kristen Stewart will be in The Yellow Handkerchief alongside William Hurt. And that is next week, and until next week, this is Bill Chase. Join my Facebook group, it's spelled just the way it is up there. And that's it for this week's edition of Bill Chase Movies. I am Bill Chase, and until next week, I will be at the movies. Goodbye, everybody.